We're going to share some unwritten laws together tonight. And the longer that I'm here, at I Am Academy, the more that I've realized certain key things that nobody really speaks about, but they're there. These are like unwritten laws, meaning, they're not written somewhere that you can go study. These are things that just are. And your ability to understand them, your ability to follow them and apply them is your ability to have success. Now, these laws, some of them are going to apply to different things in your life. Some of these are going to apply strictly to the building aspect of the business and impacting people. Some of this will apply to both, but all of this is going to help you elevate as a leader, as a person, right? And go to that next level. Here's the thing about this type of business. It's going to prepare you to lead anywhere on planet Earth, not just here, anywhere. And Mike Sotero said it many times where there's really two, and I think I mentioned this last night, two of the highest paid professions is leadership and public speaking. And so your ability to develop these things, it's not about motivation. It's not about, hurrah and all this noise and all this stuff. It's literally about transitioning yourself, transitioning your mindset, transitioning your leadership capabilities to impact other people and influence other people. This is a skill set that goes beyond just becoming a chairman or a platinum 2000, whatever your goals are. This is a skill set that'll prepare you for life. A lot of these things, guys, I've been prepared through nonprofit work, then entrepreneurship, and now here. And I really want to see you elevate, not just as a trader, not just as a person that impacts and grows a team, but just as an individual, right? So let's go ahead and get this thing rocking, guys. So let me see how we can do this. So I'm going to share my screen and then I'll write it down so you guys can take notes on this. And then what I'll do is I'll take it off the screen so that you guys can see me clearly. All right, so let me go ahead and share the whiteboard. Awesome. All right, so let's go to some unwritten laws, okay? And let's start with unwritten law number 1, okay? The number 1 law I want to talk about right now is this concept of engagement equals retention. And now I'm going to talk about this generally, but I'm also going to talk about it, how it impacts you individually. This is very, very important, okay? Engagement equals retention. What does that mean? Okay? You're a P150, you're a 2 and free, you're a P600, P1000, P2000, P5000. Your ability to get people utilizing the platform, getting onto trainings like this, is the ability for you to sustain a team of people that are constantly on the platform, not just coming in for a month, not just coming in for a few weeks, but sticking this thing out. And you as an individual, listen to me clearly, your ability to stay engaged on these calls, your ability to stay engaged in the platform, I Am Academy, go live, going on and trading and looking at TradingView, your ability to stay engaged is going to determine your ability to stay in the game. I want you engaged. I want you focused. You see, I don't do all these calls. We don't do all these calls just because we want to do calls. These calls happen because we realize an engaged team is a team that sticks and stays until they get paid. And so when we announce calls, your thing should be already putting it on the schedule. Every call that's happening, it should already be on your schedule. Mentally, you should already be like, man, I typically cannot do anything on Tuesday night at 9:30. I typically can't do anything Wednesday night at 9:30, right? Like you want to start scheduling those things out. Now, I get it. There may be a lot of calls. You need to choose the calls you're going to be on, and you need to stick to those calls religiously. Now, if you're a leader here, I want you to understand this. You need to show up to a call if you expect your people to show up to a call. That's number 1, okay? Number 2 is you need to make sure that you're encouraging, inviting, your people to every single call that's an important call for your organization. Here's the thing. Nobody here should be getting people started, involved in the platform, and then just forgetting about them. No, no, no. That's not leadership. That's signing people up. That's some other thing. Maybe that's what marketers do. We are leaders, okay? You want to keep your people engaged. You want to make sure that there's communication on a regular basis. And if you're saying to me right now, Steve, well, I'm not really leading people, this still applies to you because your ability to get on every call, your ability to be on the convention is your ability to grow. Listen to me clearly. Whenever there's a person that complains about going to events, like before COVID, we had a lot of events. Somebody starts complaining about events, I can almost put a time clock on the expiration of that person because they've already lost the vision. Whenever somebody starts saying, well, do I need to get on another call? Do I really need to, get on another training? The time clock's already ticking because they've already started to lose sight of the vision. They don't see it yet, but there is a block somewhere there. And so here's what I really want you to understand tonight. Every call is an important call. Every Go Live session you're supposed to be on is an important Go Live session. And if you're a leader here, every call is an important call for you to promote to your team. Personally message people that you got started and tell them, hey, there's a good call tonight. There's a big call. It's good for you to be on there. Because engagement equals retention. And retention, even if it's just you personally, equals your success. The more you're plugged into the platform, the more that you're going to elevate yourself and be connected to the source in order for you to go to that next level. All right. If you guys are with me, drop some twos in the chat. If you guys are with me and understanding what we're talking about here so far. So that's unwritten law number 1. Unwritten law number 2. Let's put it here. All right, is that impact is greater than income. Now, I've talked about this a lot, but I want to go through all the laws with you guys. Because especially if you're like, Steve Max, I want to grow a team. Look, your first goal, if you want to grow a team, is to begin to impact others. Now, there's some other stuff to that because you got to begin to self-develop yourself. You got to begin to learn the skill sets of inviting. You got to learn the skill sets of promoting, right? And we give you guys resources for that. You got to start training yourself so you know some of the lingo and stuff like that. You don't got to be an expert, but you got to begin to develop yourself. But step 1 is impacting others. Stop thinking about the income that you'll produce becoming a chairman. That's a goal. You're going to attract that. You're going to get to that. But number 1, you need to ask yourself, man, if somebody comes onto your team, how are you impacting them? You know, how are you plugging them into the system? How are you plugging them into these calls, right? If you have a social media profile on Instagram or Facebook, what did you do today that impacted others positively? Now, you may say, Steve Max, I don't write as good as you or speak as good as you. Fine. Go copy somebody else's stuff, man. Go get a good book. John Maxwell, Bob Proctor, right? What is it? Jim Rohn, okay? Whatever your favorite preacher is. Man, listen, I'll listen to preachings. I'll listen to audiobooks. And as I'm listening to it, I'm getting ideas inspired by somebody else's thoughts, right? And so you need to really think about how you're going to impact others. Your ability to impact more people is going to increase your income through the team building part, guys. It's just going to be there. And here's what I'll tell you. Even if you go outside of that, right? Biblically, we talk spiritually and stuff like that. Those that give more, receive more, right? It's this concept. You give, you receive. You're generous, you get back. It's just part of universal law. And so I would really start being outwardly focused. Don't think about you bringing people into this company is going to do stuff for you. Think about what it's going to do for them. Impact needs to be greater than income, and then income follows the impact, right? Always remember that. How are you leading and impacting others in your life right now? All right. Now let's get into some stuff. So here is an unwritten law that I've spoken a lot about in the past. Okay. I know there's a lot of newer people here, but I want to talk about this because it's very easy, guys. Okay. To get impatient. And listen, you cannot skip these steps. Okay. Self-development times action times patience equals success. And this is for trading and building a team. Self-development times action times patience equals success. Now, self-development, reading books, listening to audios, being on this training tonight, being on Go Live, going through all the Bob Proctors that are inside of Go Live. All of the Bob Proctors. I think it's like 6 sessions. You need to go through all of those, especially if you want to build a team, right? You need to get your mindset right. Self-develop yourself. You don't like to read? I'm sorry. Nothing I can do for you. You need to read a little bit. But here's a cheat code. Audible.com, you get your first book for free. Go listen to that book while you're working out, while you're cooking, while you're doing dishes, while you're driving, whatever it is. You can go listen to an audiobook on audible.com, and now you're self-developing while you're doing other things. Listen to it once, listen to it twice, listen to it 3 times. I think it's like $14.95 a month, and they give you a new book every single month, right? Or a credit for a book, and then all you need to do is go in there and get a new book. And if you need some ideas, hit me up, and I'll give you a couple of ideas for great audiobooks to listen to, all right? So self-development, get your mind right. Get yourself right, times action. Now, what's action? For trading, it's going on Go Live. It's practicing. It's going in there and getting the reps in on a consistent basis. For building, it's, reaching out to new people, right? It's attracting the right people to you through your social media influences, through your life, going out and meeting new people, connecting with new people, right? Take the action. Some people, they become self-development junkies. They just want to learn. You need to learn and apply, learn and work. But when you do both of those things, now, boom, it's coming together. So here's the thing. Maybe today you're not developing enough. You're trying to trade. Guys, listen, where are my builders here? Have you had people that come onto the platform and within a week, they're trying to trade on their own without the platform? Has that ever happened to anybody? Drop some ones in the chat. You get somebody, they're so darn smart that they stop using the platform to trade, and then they're inventing their own thing. Has that happened to anybody here? Okay? The first day, right? Yeah, and then they quit, okay? Dumb, super dumb. You've got 6 and 7 figure traders, but you're trying to do your own thing, right? Makes no sense. Develop yourself. Develop your skill set. Listen to the people that have the results that you want. Then take the right action. Now, if you don't know what the right action is, get back to your mentor and ask, and they'll let you know. All right? Self-development times action. Okay? Now, this one's very important. This next one is important. By the way, if you're not taking enough action, you're not going to get the results, right? It needs to be both. But here is the magic. This word patience, I used to say self-development times action times time. But that sounds kind of weird, right? So I said self-development times action times patience. Why patience? Because it may take one person a week or 2 to get the right result. They probably had preparation in the past. It may take somebody else 6 months, okay? But self-development times action times patience, meaning nobody knows how long it's going to take, my friends, in order to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. Only God knows that, right? But here's the deal. If you do the right things and become the right person, I'm going to talk about this, the right things are going to end up happening, right? You need to be patient in the process. Oh man, but you know what, Steve, I've been here 3 months and I'm not winning at trading yet. It's a process. A doctor takes 10 years to become a doctor. We make more than doctors. Matty Pips makes more than doctors, and he doesn't have to get his hands bloody and all this pressure and all this stuff that's going on and be in a hospital 12 hours, 14 hours, right? It's worth it. So I want you to self-develop, take the right action, have patience, And then, my friend, you're going to have success. Now, let me see something real quick. Let me look at who's here in the participants. Let me see if somebody's on here that I want to just shout out real quick. Okay. I know she was on here. I don't think she's on here now. That's okay. That's okay. Amberly, is Tracy on here? Let me know if Tracy is on here. I don't think she's on here. I don't see her, but that's okay. All right. Number 4, unwritten law. Here we go. Okay. Now, this is something that I've realized over a period of time now. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Real quick. Self-development times action times patience equals success. I want to shout somebody out tonight. It's not, we don't have the flyer yet. So whenever the flyer drops, I want you guys to congratulate her. But there's a person that had to fight tooth and nail for P150. I'm talking about 2 people would get started, 1 person would quit, another person gets started, somebody else quit, she hit P150, she lost P150. I mean, it was insanity for months. How many of you guys would have said, man, building ain't for me, marketing is not for me, impacting people is not for me? Most people, right? I got a guy that happened to. Literally, the guy went from, I want to be rich, I want to forget my job, I want to impact my family, I want to have the nice cars, the nice life. And then like a week later, he was like, you know what? I don't need the nice cars. I just want to survive. And then he went to, hey, I'm just going to stay at my job. And within 30 days, he lost his dreams, he lost his goals, and he quit, right? Not this person. This is a special type of person. And this is good for trading and building, because guess what? Most good traders have lost a lot of money trading. I'm going to tell you that right now. Most good traders have blown accounts. Some haven't. Most have. This person is a person who's been self-developing, continued to show up, continue to grow, continue to be around her mentors, continue to be coachable, continue to take the right action and the right actions and the right actions, and has been patient. Guys, please help me congratulate brand new Platinum 600 for the very first time, our girl Tracy out of LA, currently in Las Vegas with Amberly. Man, shout out to Tracy for smacking Platinum 600 today. Guys, I think she's been with us like 6 months, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But you know what? She didn't give up. She's a mom, okay? She's a mom doing this thing and day in and day out. That's why she's going to have massive success. So congratulations to you, Tracy. Continue to do what you came to do. We are so happy for you. We are so excited about it. Continue to be coachable. But guys, that's the success formula. Self-develop, take action, have patience, man. It'll come in its time for you. Absolutely mind-blowing, absolutely powerful. I was so happy to see that today. What a blessing, guys. Now let's talk about law number 4. Now, this is important. When you're taking the right activity, and I mentioned this, I think, a little bit yesterday, right? If I didn't, there was another call that I did with Amberly's team that I was talking about this. But when you're taking the right activity, okay, I want you, before you take your first call, you got to take your first call anyways, before you message your first person, before you take your first trade. Have you guys ever saw on Go Live or heard that they say stuff like, do not trade if like you're in a bad mood, if you're emotional, if you just had an argument with somebody? Here's the thing. This is how I want to summarize what we're really talking about. Is that you need to get yourself on the right frequency. Okay? It's not enough to do the right activity if you're not on the right frequency. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you really need to study Bob Proctor. Again, go to Go Live, and Bob Proctor breaks it down. The right frequency, it's kind of like a radio wave. Your mind, your spirit, your heart, your energy is at a frequency. If it's down here, but you're trying to trade up here, guess what's going to happen? Your trade is going to come down to where your frequency is. You're trying to impact thousands of people, and you want to do big things, but your frequency is all the way down here. So what you need to do is you got to pump yourself, man, with frequency steroids, spiritual steroids, energetic steroids. Okay? You got to listen to a positive audio before you start trading or reaching out to people, right? You need to read a good book in the morning. You need to read some inspirational stuff. You need to get on a training or watch a pre-recorded training before you start doing the right activities. Because here's the thing, the right activity on the wrong frequency, man, it's going to feel like you're hitting a wall. Like, like you're calling somebody up and you already feel kind of down, even if it's like for a favor. If your tone is like sucky, they're less likely to do it. But if you're happy and excited and you're excited to connect with them, guess what? They're more going to be on your energy. You need to raise your frequency. You need to raise your vibration before you start trading, before you start reaching out to people, right? Now, sometimes I will say the right activity creates the right frequency. But if you're down in the dumps, don't go start trading when you feel like crap. Don't start, reaching out to your best contact. And you're like, hey, how you doing, man? Life sucks. Guess what? They don't want to talk to you. But if you're excited, hey, how's it going, dude? I am fired up. Guess what? They're going to meet that. Get yourself on the right frequency. Then take the right actions. And you know what ends up happening? The right things come after. Now, listen to this. When you're on the right frequency and you take the right action, you are depositing seed. Depositing seed. Don't be surprised if the seed reaps fruit from somewhere else. Now, what do I mean by that? For my builders here, those that want to impact other people, you start reaching out to a few people. You start messaging a few people. And all of a sudden, somebody you weren't even think about hits you up. It's happened to me 1,000 times because you're on the right frequency. Bob Proctor would say you're attracting the right things. They're coming to you. You're on the same spiritual level. And so the right things begin to come. So you may be thinking, man, I don't know anybody though, man. But you start reaching out to people and this person says, hey, it's not for me. And this person says, hey, I don't have the money. But then you're at the gas station and a person starts a conversation and that's your person, right? Or for trading, you're studying FRX, and you're studying and studying, and you just don't have your breakthrough. But you keep going, you keep believing, and then one day you learn the strategy that changes it all. You see, you're planting seed. You're in expectation of the right things happening. And then one day, everything that you've been praying for, everything that you've been believing for, all of a sudden, it just manifests itself. Tracy she was going against the grain. She was going uphill, right? She was going against the current. The river's flowing this way. She's flowing that way. And all of a sudden, one day randomly, she's P600, right? Same thing can happen to you in your team building and in your trading. But you need to be on the right frequency. You need to always believe it's coming, man. It's coming. Oh, man, I lost another account, but it's coming. It's coming. Oh, I lost another trade, but it's coming. It's coming. Oh, man, this person quit, but it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You understand? Guys, I knew that I was going to be married years before it took place. I just believed it. I spoke it. I said, in a couple of years, when I'm married, when this and that, one day it just happened. You understand? And so you need to really be on the frequency where you believe it. See, here's the thing. If you're not at the right activity level, if you're not on the right frequency level, that big payday is not coming. That big trading account's not coming because you could show up here right now, but you're not on the right frequency. You need to elevate yourself. Listen about Proctor. Listen to the right things. Say your declarations every day. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a Chairman 10. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a 6 or 7 figure trader. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a profitable, consistent trader. I'm earning money on a weekly basis. Whatever it is, you got to get your mind, your heart, your spirit on that level. Your energy of expectation needs to be there. And then when you take the right activity, guys, it's like magic. Boom. Boom. Before you know it, things are just happening. Things are just happening. Things are just happening. All right? If you guys are with me so far, drop some 7s in the chat box right now. If you guys are receiving from this call so far, we've got 2 more laws, and then we're going to wrap this thing up, okay? Now, this one is going to sound like the other one, but I'm going to explain to you why it's not. All you can control is your belief and activity. All that you can control is your belief and your activity. Now, listen here clearly. The founder of the old company that I was at, his name is Art Williams, and you could go check him out because he's actually, some of his stuff is really good. I don't think any of you guys want to sell life insurance. I'll tell you what, you don't want to go sell life insurance. This is 100% better. Just trust me on that. But you can study Art Williams. And he would always say, I was actually talking to Amberly about this yesterday. He would say, all you can control is your attitude and your activity. That's what he would say. Attitude and activity. Now, what is attitude? I'm happy. I put on the face and I get to work, right? And I believe that's good. I believe that's good. But we've gone so deep here with Bob Proctor and understanding things. Attitude is not enough. You can have a great attitude. A lot of people have a great positive attitude. They don't accomplish much. You have to control your belief. What is your belief? Your belief has to be, I don't know how, but I know it's going to happen anyways. I just blew an account, but I'm going to be successful anyways. Everybody quit, but I know what I'm going to do anyways. My upline quit, but I know what I'm going to do anyways. You understand me? You need to control your belief on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. You cannot control, listen to me here. You cannot control if somebody quits that you help get started. You cannot control if the market didn't care about your strategy today and you had a losing trading day. You can't control that. The only thing that you can control is how much you believe and the activity that you put behind that. And by the way, that's what I call faith. Faith is belief plus activity, or belief times activity equals faith. People think faith is belief. No. Faith is action. Control your belief level, my friend, and control your activity. If you control those 2 things, again, it's only a matter of time before the right things begin to happen. But here's the point of this law. You cannot control other people. You cannot control the markets today. You cannot control if your broker threw you out of a trade. You cannot control if your broker spiked you out. You cannot control if somebody quit. You cannot control if somebody called it a scam. You cannot control if somebody cussed you out. You cannot control what happened around you. You cannot control you just got evicted. You cannot control who wins the freaking presidential race. You can't control jack except your belief and your activity. That's all you can control. But those 2 things is all you need to become successful. I believe I'm going to be a 7-figure trader. I don't care what my trading account looks like. I'm a 7-figure trader. I believe I'm a Chairman 100. I don't care what my back office looks like today. And every single day, I'm going to take action on those things, regardless if it looks like the world's falling apart around me. Here's the problem or the challenge. Bob Proctor talks about this. You have your goal up here, but you're looking at your current situation way too much. Some of us are being held back by our current situation. You're looking too closely at it. But Steve Max, you don't know what my bank account looks like. Doesn't matter. Do you understand laws of the universe? If you believe in God, your account can literally go from 0 to $100,000 in a blink of an eye if God chose to do it. So if you believe for it and you work towards it and it's on your heart for it and you're going to do good things with it, why would it not become so? But Steve Max, I can't pay my rent today. Doesn't matter. But Steve Max, they fired me. Doesn't matter. But Steve Max, I don't know how I'm going to pay for my products. Doesn't matter. You figure it out. If you figure it out long enough and you do the right activity long enough, you will get the right result. But this is the point, is that's all you can control. Stop trying to control the markets today. Oh my God, because the trades didn't go my way. It doesn't matter. You still continue to believe. You go back on Go Live. You refine your strategy till you perfect it. Oh, but Steve Max, I shared this with somebody and they said it was a scam. I don't care. They don't care. You shouldn't care. Go talk to somebody else. Not everybody's going to be blind. Not everybody's going to be closed-minded, right? Stop worrying about outside circumstances. You could only control two things for you to have success. Your belief level needs to be skyrocketed and your activity level needs to be skyrocketed. Everything else will catch up with you. All right? Drop some twos in the chat if you guys got value from that. That's my new one. Haven't really spoken on that one yet. So I don't care how long you've been with me. I know that that was something new for you there. All right? And last one, I'm going to share this. And there's going to be more. But here's number 6. Okay? And this is very important. At every level of your growth, you will have to face your limitations. At every level of growth, you will have to face your limitation. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. I've seen people come into this business and have certain degrees of issues, whatever it is, coachability, ego, pride. Man, you could list a million things and not have success. And then they come back 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, and they try again. But this time they remember their limitations. And they say, you know what? I'm not going to let my limitations stop me. And they come in and they have success. Boom! And then they reach a certain level of success. And those old demons come back. Those old barriers come back. They come back differently. They come back evolved. But then they hit another wall. And they cannot pass that wall until they grow beyond their limitations. I'll give you an example you may understand. I've seen people grow trading accounts and get to levels. I'm talking about thousands, but I'm also talking about hundreds of thousands. And I've seen them get to a level and lose the whole damn account. Why? They faced a limitation that they weren't really willing to confront. I want you to understand this, very important. When you are trading, when you are impacting others and building this business, your biggest challenge is not the market. Your biggest challenge is not other people. Your biggest challenge is yourself. And your ability to overcome yourself will dictate if you'll be able to go to the next level. You cannot skip a level. You cannot skip a step. You will have to overcome it or you will not have success. It's kind of like, there's this thing in ministry and just dealing with couples and people. And listen, if you're dating right now, I want to speak right to your life. And if you're married right now, I may speak right into your life as well. But this is for everybody. You're in a relationship and things happen that you do not want to change about yourself, not about the other person. It's about you. And so you say, you know what? I'm going to go look for someone else. Statistically speaking, listen to this. Statistically, when you go to that other person, you're going to run into the same crap. And you're going to have to make a decision now. Do I change or do I continue the cycle? Listen here. You blow your account. You either learn the lesson on why you blew the account, or you will blow another account, and then you'll blow another account, and you'll say, it's the market, it's the strategy, it's the scanner. No, my friend, it's you. And until you grow yourself and overcome your mental blocks over trading, greed, no risk management, until you overcome yourself, you'll keep blowing accounts and losing. Everybody quits on me. I get people started and they quit and they're not here. No. You need to develop as a leader. You need to develop as a person that can lead a group of individuals. That's not easy, man. It takes growth. It takes facing your own limitations. It takes facing yourself. So here's what I want you to do is, as we wrap up this call, is I want you to really think about, what are the limitations that are holding me back from my trading, from my building, from my impacting other people? What's missing? And hey, you know what? If you don't know, I give you the ability right after this call to shoot me a message and say, Steve Max, I don't know what's wrong. I need some help. And to the best of my ability, you tell me what's going on, and I'll speak back and say, hey, this is what I've experienced. This may be the thing. But here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. People that are coachable, they listen to a mentor's advice, they apply it, and they change. If ego gets in the way, if pride gets in the way, you know what's going to happen? I could be Ness Vasquez and you'll still blow your next account. I've literally had people blow an account, a trading account, hit me up and crying, Steve, I lost my money. I said, okay, bro, what happened? Well, I did this. Oh, okay. Listen, hey, it happens to everybody. This is probably what you should do. And then the next time you have a trading account, that's not going to happen, right? You know what? The person I'm thinking about right now, you know what they did? The same thing again and again and again. And you know what? At one point I say, hey, this person is not coachable. They're not going to listen to me. And I let them go. And it could be the same thing in your building. Listen, you come to me, man, I get all these people started. I got 3 people started last week, last month, and you know, they're gone. They're not here. I'll give you some sauce, man. I've been doing this for a while. I may not have every answer, but I'll have something for you. Then it's up to you to apply it. But here's the thing. Leadership, trading, can I tell you something? Look, you are in a self-development academy. I Am Academy teaches you how to trade. I Am Academy teaches you how to become a 6-7 figure marketer. And I Am Academy now, starting very soon in November, is going to teach you how to open Shopify stores, and you can make money that way. But the number one thing that your journey here is going to do, it's going to create a better you. It's going to help you self-develop. It's going to help you break through your own personal limitations. Your ability to be willing, gotta be willing. Your ability to be willing, to be moldable, to be coachable, to be able to grow is your ability to go to that next level. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Look, I want you to understand this. Look, you can say, Steve Max, I'm not the best read person. I'm not the best spoken person. I'm not the smartest person. I don't care. Neither was I, neither am I. But I believe that if you're on this call listening to me right now, I believe that it's because you can do it, but you have to choose to do it. My encouragement to you is you choose to do it, I'll be here for you. You could ask any of my Platinum 1000s, 2000s, 5000s. Listen, there's not a person having a level of success that has needed my help or support and I haven't been there for them, not just in business, but in life. So I believe you can do it, man. If you're willing to go beyond your personal limitations, if you're willing to self-develop and take action, have the right success, if you're willing to vibrate on the right frequency to have the right success, drop some 222s in the chat box right now if you're ready to go to that next level. Guys, I hope that you've got value from tonight's Maximize Mindset call. My goal, my heart is every single week to bring you guys the